Hi, this is Fred. In this video, I will demonstrate the parking transition ACAP by Access Labs. As you can see, this is the workspace on the ACAP. So you see live video. This is from an encoder, and this is a video clip that is being played backwards and forwards, and it's all put together just to get some motion for this demonstration. So you see yellow dots, and that's where it detects vehicles. And of course, you can also see there are false detections. But in a parking garage like this, the behavior is still good enough to build a solution around. You can come around the false detections. So here you have two settings, and this is based on the vehicle detection. If Access License Plate Verifier was installed and the camera was able to, or the license plate verifier would be able to read the license plate, you would not only get which parking space is occupied, but also by which license plate. I have not installed Access License Plate Verifier, so I can't select it. So I'll go with vehicle detection. And then there is a transition period. That means how long does the vehicle need to stay in place or be gone before an event is fired. So this is used to filter out sporadic movements or vehicles passing by or people blocking the view on a vehicle and missing that detection. So as this is a slow moving scene, we can actually pull this up to 10, 15, 20 seconds to get a very good behavior. But for this demonstration, I'm going to go down to 2 seconds. So we need to first add some parking spaces. And you go here and click add. And you can move this box around, or you can just draw an area, and I will start with over here. And so that yellow spot needs to be within this box. So this is going to get an automatic name, space 1. And then we save it, and we see now it's red, meaning it's occupied, and we can also see in here, space 1 is occupied. So we'll just keep putting parking spaces, and we'll put 1 here. Save. We'll put 1 here. We'll put, let's see, save, that's number 3. So where was that? Oh, no, we got to move that one. Save it again. So we'll put it like that and press save. We'll continue, add a number 4. Save. Number 5. So here's where you can start seeing the dots and where you see false detections. In order to, you should squeeze the box to as small as possible, not to be detected by surrounding vehicles or surrounding detections, but still big enough to get that yellow dot in. We'll add the next one and put it right there. And this seems to be some false detection up here by the window, and we can actually adjust that so it's not going to be detecting that one, but we're still going to be detecting the vehicle when it stays there. And we'll take also the last one, and we'll take like that. I'm not sure if that last dot is detecting that vehicle that is only partly. Possibly, but I would not mark an area for that vehicle that you only see partly. So what you see now are the red boxes is where it's occupied, and green boxes is where it's free. And every time there is a transition, an event is fired. And I'm using SimQTT. It's an MQTT client, and the value of, you could use the camera's MQTT client, but there's additional value here is where you can give it a name. And in this case, I'll call it just camera 3 for the system to know if you have multiple cameras and multiple garages. And if you have multiple garages, this is garage 2, camera 3. And the pre-topic that I've just set up here is encoder. Can put anything I want there, but I'll just leave it on encoder for this demonstration. So if we go to Node-RED, and so this is an MQTT client subscribing to the Topic encoder ACAP parking plus plus. So that second part is going to be which space and if it's true or false, meaning it's if it's occupied or not. And this one will give the number of vehicles that is seen in this area in the scene, and it changes when the counter changes. So we can start looking at this the first. So here's an event that came in. So you can see encoder ACAP parking space 3 false. And if we look at the properties, we can see the name camera 3, the location. This is the device serial number from the camera. The timestamp in epoch timestamp, the space ID. There's no plate because we're not using ALPV. And the state is false. And now it was just true. So now it is occupied. And these, every time there is a transition, and this an event or message will be sent. So now we see space 7 was now false. If we disable that output and looking at the account number, so now we got on encoder ACAP parking vehicles, and we say, yes, now there are 6 vehicles in there. It changed down to 5. So depending on the use case, you monitor any of these 2 events or MQTT messages, depending on what you want to do in the use case. And that's about it. Thank you.